I love these new pins I got. Hello, hello, hello. They're nice because if you have anxiety, you know, which I do, I'm an anxious son of a bitch. They have these little balls thingies on here that, people fidget when they have anxiety, especially when I'm working. I'm sitting there fidgeting with everything. But they write really nice. They write really nice also. They are called piloting pens. They're pretty nice. I like them. I got 2 boxes, so this is one of them, and then I have another one. And it's kind of nice too. I mean, I bought these myself, but I can buy this stuff at work as well, with my work allotment. I've had this for so long. I've just never set it up. I probably should plug it in and let it charge, probably, because I think my microphone sucks. Okay, where's the hello? Oh, you don't have to charge this part. Hold on. Oh, it goes in there. No, okay. Well, you're supposed to charge it. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. I've had this thing forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. Whenever I go on StreamYard, it sucks because it seems like my stream doesn't get pushed out when I do it through StreamYard. That's why I never go on StreamYard. But I kind of want to go on StreamYard because I want to go on StreamYard because I can show things, I can show things on other videos if I want. So maybe I should just go, let's see. Oh, also, hold on. Let me see what we got here. Oh, something hurts in my hip. Let me see what I got. Oh, here's my, if anyone would like to donate. Where's my colored? Why isn't it colored? Hold on. I want it to be colored. Where's all my stuff? Oh, what's this? I used to be able to show colors. Hold on. All of this has changed since I've used it, you guys. I don't, what's this? Is that where I can add somebody? Okay. What I need is the colors. Media assets. There we go. They've added price-wise, it's ridiculous how much they've gone up in price. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm looking for the colors, the color style. Here, there we go. Brand color. There we go. Okay, I figured it out. Okay, I'm going to go back to comments now. Hello, Happy New Year. Hey, Donna. Hey, Bluebell Sky. Oh, that's just for it's tipping, I should say, not donating. But if anyone wants to send a tip to support my channel, then that's what that's for. It's not like a donation for something. It's just for little old me, so I can get some coffee or pay my bill. No, I'm just kidding. I have a job, so I pay my bills with my job. But everything's so expensive right now. So it's always nice to get a little tip. You know what I mean? But it's never expected from anybody. So know that, okay? Know that. Nobody, it's never expected. So I moved my desk into my bedroom out of the room that my son is staying in. And he's staying with his dad tonight again. So party! I got the place to myself. Sosa's taking a little nap. There's so much I want to do to my place, you guys. I just really need to figure out what I want to do. If I want to paint, like if I want to paint a wall, an accent wall, I need to get a new couch. There's just so much I need to do. Oh, how do you tip, honey? Well, you can either tip, there's a glare on this. You can either send a tip through a super chat, which goes on to here on YouTube. It should show you on your screen. There's like a little dollar sign if you want to do that. Or if you have Cash App, YouTube, they withhold your money for a month. So I would get it in February, which is fine. You know, it's nice to get that. But Cash App, if you have a Cash App and you do it things that way, then people get it right away. So if only our Canadian dollar was equal to the American dollar. No, listen, you guys, I never expect anybody to tip me. Like, it's always a nice surprise when they do. But I remember when I first started on YouTube, you guys, people were so generous. It's like, I think for a few months, I made like $600 each month. I was like, dang. And everyone was so kind. And I used to have a post office box, and people would send me gifts all the time. I mean, people were very, very generous. And then I kind of just had to stop. You know, I couldn't go live all the time anymore. And people went their own ways, started watching other people or whatever. So, but I've kept all of my cards people have sent me, all of my gifts people have sent me. I've kept all of them. So hold on. And for some reason, this does not, it doesn't share out to my subscribers for some reason. Thank you, Bluebell. A hug's great. I don't mind a hug, that's for sure. This chair is just too short. I need a bigger chair. Hi, buddy. So my son brought in a doggy chair, a doggy bed that he had in his trunk a long time ago, right? He's had it in his car the whole time. And he brought it in, and I smelled it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that smells like dog. And he goes, Mom, it's been in my car forever. And I'm like, okay, does it come apart? So it came apart. So I went and washed it. And so now I put that one in my room for when Sosa's, because he's having a hard time jumping up on the bed because of his hips. So I put one bed in my room, but then I just had to move it around because now I put my desk in here where where his doggy bed was. So I'll figure it out. This room isn't that big, you know. This room's not that big. Donna, so I went back to work. So we had yesterday off, the first off, and then today I went back. Man, oh man. I mean, when you're gone from your job for 7 days, you guys, that's just like, especially with the kind of job I have, Donna, you understand. It's like I didn't even know where to start because I had so much stuff to catch up on. Oh, here's my coins, my Trump coins. These are supposed to be worth money one day. I bought a couple of those. I'm going through my desk. So I'm going to show you. Oh, geez. Look at all these. All these paper clips. I got some big ones. I like these ones. These are cute. Are those cute? Wait, you can't see them. Ow, 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 ow. My back is killing me. All I've been doing is cleaning. Big time, you guys. Oh, that's right. I need to get that. Oh, I have some more tins machines thingies for my back. What is this alarm to? No way. Oh, look at this. Look what I found. There's some good music on this. You know that? I guarantee you I need to get this charged up because there's good music on this. I remember. I definitely remember. Oh, I have so much shit, you guys. It's not funny. So yeah, going back to work was just, but I don't know if you guys remember me talking to you about this one resident that I had to give a 10-day notice to evict her. And she has 5 children, I think, because she missed her research appointment and she wasn't responding to my notices I left at her door. And her research was due October 1st. Well, I've been nice, plus I've been doing a lot of other things trying to put that off, giving her a notice. But finally, she came in today and filled out the papers, and I'm still waiting for her to bring some documents back in. But her 10 days was up. So what I had to do is I had to email the lawyer and say, okay, I gave her a 10-day notice. When I give her a notice, I actually have to send it to the lawyer also. I said, here's the thing. I know her 10 days is up, but I'm just going to say this. I was sick for a couple of days. So technically, if she had not come in today, then I would have said, let's proceed. But she did come in, and, the girl's got a lot going on, and I'm trying to be nice to her. I offered her, do you need anything? Do you need a dining room table? Because her dining room table is out on her patio and it's all broken up. And she said, no, actually, I got a dining room table. I'm like, okay, so technically, you're supposed to dispose of the table that's out on your patio. We will do it for you, but in the future, any furniture that you don't want anymore, you can't just put out on your patio and expect us to take it. Okay, so yeah. Hey, Cynthia, I've been eating more honey because who was it? Someone else also told me take more honey. And I was like, oh my gosh, somebody else tells me to do that. The screen is black. It's overwhelming. Yeah, it is, Donna. Is the screen black, you guys? Hold on. What? Is the screen black? Yeah, my back really is probably from laying down so much, City. It's like from being sick. I don't know if you can still hear it. I'm doing much better, but it's pretty bad. Let me see. I want to play. Let me see. I'm going to look it up on here. Hold on a second. 1 second, guys. Can you please tell me if the screen is black, you guys? Because it should not be black. Okay, where's Doug in Exile? Hold on. Actually, where's my saved? Let me see my saved videos. Where's my saved ones? Watch later. Here they are. Okay. Come on. Okay. Here, where are they? No, it's under. No, come on. Mm-mm. Where's my. Oh gosh, Mary Marlowe. Remember Mary Marlowe? Mary Marlowe. Why isn't it under here? Let me just look at my playlists then. I'll do that. That'll be easier. Okay, I think it's under. I didn't put it under political. I know that. It's not under crime cases. Hold on. It's not under political. Not under likes. Letitty. Oh my gosh, Amanda Bynes. Do you remember that? Let me just look under political then really quick. Okay, political. Let me look under here. I don't want to watch this one. Okay. See if I can find it. I need to clear out this. I think what I might have to do is go back and look at viewed videos. Come on, go back. Show more. History. Okay, let's see here. Mm. Oh, okay. Here's Doug in Exile. I love him. Oh, remember I was telling you guys about the Obama's birth certificate? You remember that? Yeah, there's a bunch of information on that. Sorry, guys. Oh, my foot's asleep. You guys. Lori standing on business. Bitch, you ain't got no business to stand on. You don't do nothing. You do nothing. Oh, there's Lisa e-begging again. Hold on. Oh. I want to just look up. I just want to look up Doug in Exile. Hold on. There he is. Okay. Baba. Baba. Okay. No, that's not the one. No, 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 no. Don't. No, no. We don't want that one. No, no, no. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to share the screen in a second. Okay. Let me go to share screen. Hi, Robert. Has anyone else watched the Netflix on Amy Bradley? It's good, and FBI has reopened her case due to new legit leads. Really? No, I haven't watched the Amy Bradley. I haven't even heard of her. Hey, Tap BB. Oh, what happened? Wait, where's my chat go? No, 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 no. Comments. Okay, there we go. Tap, baby. Thank you for telling me the screen looks fine. Robert, how are you? Okay. How do I share? No, that's not what I want. Damn it. This has changed, you guys. See how there's only 3 on here? It's because I'm on StreamYards every single time. Share screen. Every single time I do this. Now, you're going to have to tell me if you hear an echo, okay? All right? You'll have to tell me if you hear an echo once I play this, all right?
Right now with the streets uprising Islamic regime and go back to the way it was in Shah land, which was reversed by Jimmy Carter, by the way, is the one who really helped ruin Iran. Well, Americans are starting to line up on one side or the other, including Trump on one side. And it won't surprise you, but Thomas Massie, the sellout commie, is on the other side. Welcome to Doug in Exile.
Whoa. When I like
I hope you'll let me make my case with their own words. And I'm here in the Mobile Record Studio in San Diego. Very excited to be here, having a blast, guys. This is very good this is where I started dating Angie, in this condo. But here's Thomas Massie on Twitter. First, I'm going to get to this Trump tweet here. This is the most important one. It says, Trump posted this morning, if Iran shoots and violently kills peaceful protesters, which is their custom, the United States of America will come to their rescue. This alone, guys, is ginormous. And there's a shorthand that you're going to start to hear in MAGA. The ones that are carrying Marjorie Taylor Greene's water, they're going to go, America first, without saying what America first means. Hidden in that America first claim is don't get involved anywhere. And by the way, this is not proving that we're even getting involved. We're not even putting boots on the ground. Trump's just threatening this. And sometimes that's all you need. Because remember, last time he threatened saying, don't develop a nuclear weapon, we went and firebombed those weapon sites. So he has some power, does not mean that he's getting involved, but just doing a little flexing, which is more than Obama ever did. Obama ignored the green movement in Iran. By the way, and then Iran, those radical Muslim leadership in Iran, they tried taking out Trump. Remember, they tried assassinating Trump within the last year. And they also performed terrorist duties here. They fund it. So this is kind of this other war that we're involved in a war of words. Trump continues, we are locked and loaded and ready to go. Sometimes that's all you need to say to a bad guy to keep them from using violence and shooting the people standing up in the streets of Iran. Thank you for your attention on this matter, President Donald Trump. And I, for one, think Trump is a hero, even just for tweeting this. This is the kind of support that we need to hear. It puts pressure on Iran. And then here's Thomas Massie being a complete greasy wussy like he is. Duplicitous, greasy wussy. Is this how you serve Kentucky? Is this what you guys are putting him in office for? Basically, anything Trump is for, Thomas Massie is gunning for Trump. They have a long-time rivalry, and that's not going to heal anytime soon. Thomas Massie says, number one, we have problems at home and shouldn't be wasting military resources on another country's internal affairs. So first of all, Trump did not declare war. He didn't go and send boots on the ground over there, which I think a lot of America would be against. He just threatened it to save people's lives. And Thomas Massie does not want Trump to say boo against an Islamicist regime. Why? Again, I believe he's being funded by Qatar, Saudi money, some Islamic, radical, socialist money that gets him to always go against this stuff. By the way, on this argument, the reason why I argue against this, even though I'm America first, America only, America all the way, how can I argue against this? We have problems at home because we will always have problems at home. Thomas Massie and people that say America first. Never do anything ever for anyone ever. Don't even tweet about it. Because guess what? America will always have problems first. You'll always have problem with welfare. Taxes are too high. Vote election rolls, not shoring up our election rolls. We'll always have border problems. So you can always make this argument of don't do anything for anyone else ever. And I'll argue that America betrays this every day anyways, because we still import major phone and computer components from China, even though we're against them. We still do foreign business intervention. Thomas Massie just doesn't want Trump to tweet about it. Number 2, Thomas Massie says, military strikes on Iran require congressional authorization. That is limited. It might also be true. This is what he and Rand Paul and Marjorie Taylor Greene and all these wussies say. And I say, Trump does not care about congressional authorization. He's all, look, I'm practically a lame duck president. What are you going to do about it? Trump also, without congressional approval, ended Iran's nuclear development of a missile. And guys like Massie and Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Panikins they're called, came out and said, he's starting World War III. He's starting World War III. We're going to get dragged into another defunct war for the Rothschilds and the Jews and the Halliburtons of the world. We're getting dragged in. And it didn't happen. We took out their nukes and then left. And so this drag into an ongoing war is not true. And like I said, Trump's only tweeted so far. And that's the only thing I'm really willing to say is true, is that Trump actually tweeted that. He did not send our troops over there. He did not send one plane yet. He did not send any police force to help the rioters. So even this number 2 point on Thomas Massie is false. When our boots hit the ground, or when our bombs hit the ground, or flyovers hit the ground, then he might have a point and we can argue from there. But until then, Thomas Massie doesn't understand that Trump is playing his 4D chess again. You do one tweet, he just did one tweet, and it might be enough to stop the radicals that tried to assassinate Trump, to keep them from assassinating their own people, which might help this freedom movement. Why would Thomas Massie be against that besides Trump is for it? Number 3, he says this threat isn't about freedom of speech in Iran. This is the biggest one. It's about the dollar, oil, and Israel. How did I know this was going to be about the Jews, Thomas Massie? Are you getting funded to believe? Are you getting paid to believe that? By the way, even if it's all about the dollar, I don't believe it's all about the dollar either. How about it's about they tried to assassinate Trump within the last year? You greasy, sidelining, grandstanding, and you have all your people, supporting you. Fine. I'm going to go to both sides of this argument because I actually have a lot of friends and allies that argue just like Thomas Massie. And I know they're not paid. So I'm going to go into some of the resistance to supporting the resistance. Okay, here's Noah Berg. Once again, if this uprising fails, everyone you see in this video risks being tortured and hanged. You need to understand that unlike the West, protesting under Islamic regime in Iran can easily get you killed. Stand with the brave people. We have here this is protester footage in Iran. Women with hijabs off. They're all going to be killed. If this protest fails, could be. And Thomas Massie has no sympathy for them. Good job, Thomas Massie. Here's Professor Nez. Now, he's a fellow YouTuber, and it's not often that I quote a fellow YouTuber as part of the source, my source material, but I thought he was so on topic and he speaks with such conviction that I think he has some insider knowledge on this. Professor Nez says to Thomas Massie, you just proved your ineptness, summed up nicely in this one tweet. Tom, thank you. So one thing I can tell you is Professor Nez may be a lot of things, but I'm calling out these influencers who are at least not funded by Qatar money. One thing we know is if Professor Nez says this, he's not being funded by scam Candace Owens money, anti-Israel money, okay? Professor Nez says the Islamic regime in Iran has been a terrorist global threat for decades, and Obama dropped the ball when he refused to help help in 2008. I remember that. And that's why I brought up this brilliant point by Professor Nez. And you guys, of course, can subscribe to him. We don't know each other well, but we tweet to each other and we DM each other all the time. But he is becoming a more trusted source just on this position, okay? That Obama refused to help in 2008. And I remember that. There was the Green Uprising and Obama could have done anything. So they give like generic statements of like, I really hope they figure out some peace sometime. That's not enough. What Trump did is better. Nez continues, when the people who are sick and tired of this oppressive regime were ready to kick them out, now there's an opportunity to help the people, the actual life and blood of this once great nation, an American ally, and you resort to Democrat hypocrisy and propaganda. He's saying this of Thomas Massie. That is...
Think about this. Think about if we were in the position that they are. If, say, there were momdamis in every state and we were being controlled, we kind of are, but not to that extent, right? Imagine if we were. How much would we love it if somebody else stepped in and tried to help us? Somebody has got to. So for this, I'm okay with Trump getting involved.
Truly shameful. I agree. Why is he talking like Obama? If Iran can restore their rightful leader, the Shah's son, and I don't know anything about that. That's the first I heard of it. So again, Nez could be throwing down some alpha here. This would have infinite benefits to the whole entire world affairs, most specifically the United States, and save millions of innocent lives. Guys, what if one Trump tweet is all it takes? Why is everyone so hysterical against that? Here's more. This is from Gazelle, who responds, oh, Congressman Rep. Thomas Massie, your stay out of it talking points echo exactly what the Ayatollahs hope Americans will believe. Now, that's true. So now we're going to talk about common enemies and allies. The Ayatollahs are a common enemy of the United States, and the people of Iran are a common ally. So why would Thomas Massie do what our common enemy wants? They want us to stay out of it. What you call another country's affairs, and you'll hear this a lot in MAGA about America first and I don't care about anything else, is the most dangerous jihadist organization worldwide and America's biggest threat, according to our national security reports. That's according to our own government. Even if we tried to stay out of it, they won't. They, one, plotted kidnappings and assassinations on U.S. soil, including the president's assassination, built influence networks inside our institutions, the Iran Experts Initiative. They armed proxies that attack our troops and kidnap Americans, including my father, Jamshid Sharmahad. So this gal has blood in the game. Appeasement isn't patriotism, it's surrender. And America doesn't surrender to terrorists. Now, that is the two big arguments. I'm not telling you what side to take. I'm just telling you there's pushback on all of this too. Here's the combat anti-Semitism movement. So this is definitely be some pro-Jew stuff going on here. On day one as mayor of New York City, meanwhile, Zoran Mamdani revoked the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism and overturned the city's anti-BDS executive order. In doing so, Mamdani erased years of actions taken under Mayor Eric Adams to protect the Jewish community. These decisions endanger New York City's Jewish population, the largest Jewish population outside of Israel. So that'll give you some more on how this battle is continuing on American soil. In one day, Mamdani revokes the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism and the anti-BDS executive order. New York City, day one, he's got his priorities all set, guys. I'm just saying, foes. These are foes. Now, this is one of my good buddies, Sean Davis. I've had lunch with him over in Franklin, Tennessee, and he's totally against me, totally against Trump, and is starting to speak like Thomas Massie. Again, he's a friend of mine, so I know he's not bought and sold. But here's Sean Davis doing the normal isolationist America First point. He says, I don't want to hear another word about Iran or building renovations on the White House or any other stupid shiny object until the foreign fraudsters are gone. This is talking about the good work in Doge and foreign fraudsters here in America. The domestic terrorists and their banksters are in prison. The judicial insurrectionists have been crushed. Those are the judges like Boasberg. And my friends and countrymen can get their jobs and afford to buy homes and raise their families and live in peace without being worried about some filthy gender goblin gunning them down. That is a trans shooter in a school, or some bug-eyed freak looking to loot them. Now, again, as I said before, with Sean Davis, he's a friend. So I'm always going to give him as much leeway as I can. But I'm going to go back to my original argument where I'm going to say I believe he's wrong on this. Because when will America not have problems? What he's saying is until America's problems are solved, don't go after Iran. And like I said, Trump hasn't done anything with this isn't boots on the ground. He made one tweet. And Sean Davis, my buddy, goes off on the administration going, I don't want to hear anything about Iran. Well, I'm talking about Iran. I actually think human freedom is important, even around the world. I think sometimes just doing a little bit of diplomacy can save lives. And that does not mean that we're doing that diplomacy instead of taking care of our elections, lowering our taxes, securing the Supreme Court, etc. Now, the Hodge twins are not, I believe, MAGA. I think they're very much in the Thomas Massie camp and the Candace Owens camp. So I point my ire at them. Notice I have a friend, Sean Davis, I won't point my ire to, but the Hodge twins, I think these guys are knuckleheads and they're wrong. They say this is in their response to Trump's tweet. Can we rescue Americans in America before we worry about Iran? We didn't vote for this real Donald Trump. Donald Trump, remember, his metric is it's MAGA if he says it's MAGA. Here's Noah Berg. In every corner of Iran tonight, people are shouting the following: death to Khomeini, their leader, and long live the Shah. So this backs up what Professor Nez said about the son of the Shah in battling with each other. This is, now here's where she's going against what Thomas Massie said. This is not an economic dispute, you Western experts. So the Western experts are going, it's just an economic pursuit, guys. This is just about money. This isn't about human freedom. And again, I just want to point out that the people on the streets there are not saying this is an economic thing. It's being blamed that they ran out of water and the water rights didn't come to them and they're having some kind of a drought. And the news keeps saying that. All I know is the news is lying. And Trump apparently has a different window on what's going on. Here's Jonathan Eric Lewis says, every time there's a popular uprising in Iran, the quote, human rights community goes silent. This would be the socialists here in America, the USAID people in America. Strange how the human rights people go silent when the Iran streets, the people, the women taking their hijabs off, want their human rights and their freedom. The human rights community goes notably silent, the Democrats and the media. What an absolute betrayal of the Iranian people. Well said. Now here's Rita Panahi from, is that the Sky News Australia gal? Quoting Trump, Iran's Islamist regime should be terrified. This is the type of support that Iran's freedom fighters never got from Obama/Biden. And I just want to say to all the people on all sides of this thing, do you really want Trump to respond to the Iranian streets the way Obama did? Is that your idea of MAGA? Is MAGA suddenly going to do what Obama, like one thing that you know is even at the very least doing the opposite of what Obama would do. Trump's got to be doing something right. And the final graphic here is from Eyal Yacobi. Breaking, protests in Iran have spread to over 70 cities now. So in my ongoing coverage of this, I'm going to show you guys the expansion or retraction of the streets. And I think Trump getting involved just changed the demographic a little bit. I hope if you guys want to hear more accurate news, and guys, we're getting spammed in the comments by another channel, that Taos guy. It's like everyone is saying the same thing. I don't want to try to mitigate that too much, just so you guys know. Don't be fooled by a little too much spamming. This stuff, the chat can be manipulated. Speak your own mind. You don't have to respond to others. I want to hear what you think. Do my MAGA isolationists think that it's okay for Trump to do one tweet in support of the Iranian streets, or is that too much? No. Are we distracted? Is this a shiny piece of foil, as Thomas Massie says? I'm Doug in Exile. Subscribe for more news just like this.
Subscribe to him if you like him. Subscribe to him. I think he's awesome. I like him a lot. Okay. Now, what's the other one? Hold on a sec. There was a couple other good ones. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay, that's not the one. We won't watch a
Welcome. It's the Happy New Year.
Don't give up on this land. So rise up and give us a hand.
like Scott Adams.
Exile ain't bad if you're here with me.
Scott Adams. I don't know if you guys know who Scott Adams is, but he's got cancer, and it's taking, eventually it will take his life. I don't know if you guys ever have heard of him or watched him, but he reports on political stuff. He's a political commentator, but he's also an ex-comic writer. So I just think these guys are fun.
Liberty loves company.
Is America going to become an Islamic hellhole like New York is well on its way to? That's going to be, I think, one of the topics that we're going to hit this year quite a bit. Mamdani is swearing his people into office, getting ready to go. And it's going to open up the discussion about how the media treats Islam. What can we expect from this world religion here in America, the American version? Why is it in bed with socialists and the LGBTQ? I'm going to start with this. This is Zoran Mamdani announces the nomination of Ramzi Qassem as chief counsel of New York City. Qassem returned to America in the Middle East in 2001, inspired by 9/11 to defend an Al-Qaeda terrorist. Quote, I found myself pulled in the direction of doing rights work domestically in the United States, representing Guantanamo and Bagram prisoners. I don't have a problem with defense lawyers. You want to give them their very best defense lawyers here in America. One of the most recent clients was Mahmoud Khalil, a Syrian-born terrorist sympathizer who Secretary Rubio attempted to have deported for national security concerns. Here's Mamdani.
I'm delighted to announce that I'm naming Ramzi Qassem as chief counsel. Ramzi will be joining the administration from CUNY, where he serves as a professor of law. Government service is no novel concept for Ramzi, who served as a senior policy advisor for President Biden from 2022 to 2024, and has deep experience arguing in court, including before the Supreme Court. I will turn to Ramzi for his remarkable experience and his commitment to defending those too often abandoned by our...
And this is, you guys, this is where I want to say, it's when these people, these politicians, that we didn't even know about him, okay? And now, look, he's running New York. It's when they start appointing people, they get them in, and a lot of them that some of these politicians get in, they bring in crooks, and they owe their allegiance to, like, this guy is going to owe his allegiance to him. And that's how it works. It's disgusting. None of these people work for the American people. None of them.
Our legal system. City Hall will be stronger with him in it, and our work of building a more prosperous city for all will have a powerful advocate. My sincere hope is that New Yorkers who have long felt on the margins of this city, the homeless veteran straining to survive, the patient searching for the care that they need, an immigrant trying to get by, will feel that they now have leaders in their corner who understand their struggles and care to fight for them. That is the city I want to build, the prosperity I intend to deliver, and the leadership that has too long been lacking.
Okay. He's going to bring in a high-powered lawyer that defends, he's an Islamist. That isn't, to me, not good news for New York. Certainly, New York was always famous for having Jews in it. Here's Councilwoman Vicky Palladino. She is a New York Council member representing District 19 from Queens there. Less than 25 years after thousands of New Yorkers were killed on 9/11, the Chief Counsel of New York is going to be an Islamist lawyer who came to this country after 9/11 specifically to defend the very Al-Qaeda terrorists who we were fighting against. Reminds me of an old Dennis Pragerism who said, what did it take for Islam to become America's favorite religion? Simple. They just had to smack two planes into our buildings. The fact that our immigration system post 9/11 even allowed him to step foot into the country is a monumental failure. Disgraceful isn't a big enough word for what's happening here. The federal government must get a lot more involved in New York. This is going to be a clash between state and federal rights. I doubt we're going to be able to do anything over there. We cannot allow these people to go unchecked. And there's a lot of First Amendment problems too with going after Muslims, although I'm fine with just calling them what they are. Here's Laura Loomer. Speaking of First Amendment, we're going to go into a New York Times headline here. Laura Loomer says, in case you're wondering how the Islamic takeover of America is going, the New York Times is gushing this morning about how Zoran Mamdani is going to be the first mayor of New York City to ever take his oath of office on the Quran. Disgusting.
Okay, check this out. Here's Bernie Sanders. I'm proud to be swearing in Zoran Mamdani, the mayor of New York, on January 1st. He's swearing him in so this is a Jewish man, Bernie Sanders, swearing him in on a Quran. Here's Laura Loomer. Jewish Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders will be swearing in Zoran Mamdani, a mayor of New York City, tomorrow on the Quran, a book that has more documented Jew hatred than Hitler's Mein Kampf. The Islamic takeover of New York City is almost complete.
We are an occupied country. Now, certainly this is true for New York, but people have sworn on the Quran before, just not there in New York. But I do like documenting the change of the normalization of Iran. It's been done before. I'm going to go into how it is a disaster. Here's New York Times. Mamdani will be the first New York City mayor to use the Quran at his swearing in. Zoran Mamdani, New York City's first Muslim mayor, will use 2 family Qurans and one that belonged to the writer Arturo Schomburg at his 2 swearing in ceremonies. I don't think America should allow people to swear into the Quran. I believe Kash Patel was sworn in on the Bhagavad Gita because he's Indian. And I'm against that too. I think you should only be able to swear in on the Bible. And even an atheist should have to swear in on the Bible. But that, there could be some First Amendment problems there. And so culturally, there's a huge kind of whitewashing of Islam in America that I think we're going to see continue here. And here's one example over on Wikipedia. This is Ashley Risenberg. If you look up Trump, mentions of him being an authoritarian. Authoritarian is the bad word. 13 times he's mentioned as some kind of an authoritarian on Wikipedia. Trump is an authoritarian. Mentions of authoritarian for Ayatollah Khomeini on Wikipedia, 0. 0 mentions of the Ayatollah Khomeini being an authoritarian. Okay, so here's more. This is the problem as I see it, because I think we're actually too soft as a country. I think we're too rich as a country is what we're seeing. People are just not understanding the rights issues that we're up against. Mm-hmm. Here's a picture. These are 2 women holding up a picture of the Ayatollah, and they're liberated. You'll notice they're not in burqas. They're not in trouble. They're, yay, we're feminist hippies. Young leftist women in 1979 holding up a picture of Ayatollah Khomeini, calling for a modern day version of the Intifada. Here's the difference. They actually won. At the time, women in Iran had unparalleled rights beyond anywhere else in the Middle East. They had full suffrage, like America, suffragettes. They could hold high office. They had freedom of dress. They were present in parliament, courts, ministries, and diplomacy. They were widely educated and professionally active in law, medicine, engineering, academia, and the arts. In terms of civil and legal rights, they were equal to, and in some cases ahead of Western women in the 70s. And so this is what I mean by we have so many rights. We're not thankful for them and we want to push for more. So picture these as New York women wanting to usher in and celebrate Muslim Sharia law. Yet it wasn't enough. They wanted revolution. They had been seduced by the false promises. They wanted the Islamist figure who swore to free the oppressed from the oppressor, just like Mamdani, and bring about heaven on earth, a utopia in Iran. We all know how the story ends. Lynchings, eye gouging, amputations, and mass graves. And women with acid being thrown at their face, thrown in a burqa. Now Westerners, you have women in Iran, they still have feminists there who are trying to not wear the hijab and they vanish suddenly. Now Westerners are falling about themselves in the same giddy delirium, hungry for a glimpse of the nightmare Iranians still haven't woken up from. I guess that's why they say those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. I believe this is going to be a huge issue. I believe Mamdani, his leadership in New York means more than we give it full credit of. And him being a hardcore socialist and a Muslim and being welcomed into New York, a major city. And we've seen this template already over in Great Britain, over in London with their first Muslim mayors. And now it's been, 10 years? And what you're going to see on the streets is going to change and it will be worse for the people. And we got to keep calling it out. What do you guys think? Is Islam a free speech issue? Do they have a right to treat the Islam as equal to America's culture as the Bible? I'm Doug in exile.
What do you guys think, huh? What do you guys think? Have you had enough of that? And then came Sharia law. Yep, just like Dearborn. That's so right. New York will soon be just like Dearborn. That's right. It is scary, Donna. It's very scary. And he's up there, that Mamdani with his big old smile and, he didn't say what he's really offering, except a bunch of free shit. He wants to make it so he can't say it, but he's working for his people that are in New York. That's what he's doing. He is not there to help people get higher wages, Americans. So why is it that Americans are voting in these people who don't do anything for Americans? And they're just like, woohoo, yeah, socialism, yeah, woo. What? Like, and these women, these liberal women that women's rights and it's contradictory to each other. What they say they're for and what they're voting for. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. And then you got Mamdani swearing in on the Quran saying, I'm going to uphold the Constitution. That Quran and the Constitution don't mesh. Like, that's not going to work. So he's lying to the people. And their culture will never, ever, ever in a million years want to be able to acclimate to the American way. They won't do it. That's not their goal. Okay. Their goal is the exact opposite. They want to push their way on the American people, but they have to get enough of them here, enough of them in power. Hence why Mamdani is where he is. If people can't see the setup that's been in place, that's been there for years, Obama helped push it. Biden helped push it. Well, the people that were working for Biden were the ones who were making those decisions. Biden didn't know what the hell he was doing. The look-alike Biden. And it didn't even look like Biden. It's just crazy. And I was listening to somebody the other day, and they were talking about how Congress, it's Charlie Kirk, a video of Charlie Kirk, and he was saying Congress is like the peanut gallery. It's like a peanut gallery. But then you've got the CIA, the FBI, the military industrial complex. Those are the people who run the world. Those are the people who run the world. And they are telling the people below them what to do. And I'm sorry, people are so pissed off at Trump about the Epstein files and stuff. But here's the thing. I believe that there's people higher than Trump that are controlling that whole thing. New York is home to the largest terrorist training camp in the USA and have been spreading their ideas and influence throughout upstate New York for over 10 years. My own sister in central New York is affected. Right, Robert, that's scary. And their whole plan is to usher in Sharia law. Yep, that's their whole plan. I mean, we've heard them yelling on the streets, we will not stop until we are in every home in this country. That's what they want. And people got to stop having to feel like they have to be politically correct. It's okay to not agree with Sharia law. It's okay to not agree with the way they, hey, Sean, with the way they live. And it's okay to not want to welcome that into our home land. It doesn't belong here. This is America. I mean, and then we're made out to be such assholes because we don't want them to come in and take over and try to push all this on us, right? But what if we were to go into their country and try to do the same thing? We would have all the Americans saying, well, of course you're going to get killed. I mean, look at what you're trying to do. Hello. Oh, love you. Thank you, Sean. So I don't think people are understanding what a big deal this is and how scary this is. She thinks Islam is great and loves how they have turned 5 or 6 Catholic churches into oh my gosh. No way. I started washing it up, Sean. Yeah. I'm probably going to finish it tomorrow. And, they can go around and pray and spread it in the streets and do everything here in our country. But we have Christian preachers being arrested. Yes, it does. It does. It does. So I don't know. It's really depressing. So what are you doing, baby? You guys, he's been napping since I got home. Babe, what are you doing? Why are you so tired, honey? Why is my baby so tired? Huh? Why are you so tired? Why are you so tired, Bella? Why are you so tired? Why are you so tired? Why are you so tired? Here. Here. Oh, you're okay. Bella. Hey. So, gonna take you down to get a bath. Okay, you wanna get a bath tomorrow? Want to get a bath, please? Huh? For your ears on, Mercy? I love you. Hi. Baby, did you burn? Did you burn? You like the bed? He didn't even sleep on my bed last night. You know that? You're okay, honey. You're okay. We only have 5 more days and then we can go to the vet, okay? 5 more days. 5 more days, okay? 5 days. We can't, okay, today's the 2nd. Yeah, his appointment is on the 7th. They can't see him until the 7th. So he has 5 more days to deal with this ear infection before, unless I asked them if they could please call me and let me know if they have a cancellation, because I've got to get him in there. And he can't jump up on the bed. Like, I think the reason he's laying on his doggy bed so much is he has a hard time jumping up onto the bed. It's just easier for him. Hi, Karen. How are you, honey? So people need to, you know, I know a lot of people don't like talking about it or whatever, but people need to realize how they've been planning this this Islamic takeover for a very long time, very long time. And, you know, think about that. In, excuse me, like I said, in Texas, what is it they built? They've built like 49 mosques. I mean, I know in Washington, Oregon, and California, and New York, and Chicago, these states are being taken over slowly. And they will not live like we do. Okay, they're not going to do it. For them, it's their way or no way. So once there's enough of them to overpower us, we will be forced to accept their laws, or we won't be allowed to live anymore. That's what it's all about. Ever since the Crusades, I'm good, going to bed early and listening to. Aw, thank you for coming in, Karen. Did you have a good Christmas and New Year? I was sick, but I'm starting to feel better. I'm a little dizzy still. I think it's because of my ear problems. Karen, have you noticed, unfortunately, that You Know Who has popped up in my feed a couple times? And I only listen for a couple seconds, and she's the exact same. I mean, she has not changed. She cut her hair off, but she has not changed. That. Oh, excuse me. I hate it when people use God, you know, to like somehow prove they're a good person, when all of their actions show that they're not a good person. But they start saying, oh, I prayed and I this and I that, and oh, God's this for me. And Lori is one, Lori on TikTok, she's one who does that all the time, and I cannot stand it. Yeah, she's the same. I know. I'm glad it's over too. Isn't that sad? She's still a victim of everything, and she's still talking about Mandy and Sean. I'm like, bitch, they don't even talk about you. And she tries to get all of her people thinking that they're talking about her, and they don't say anything about her. They're busy living their life, you know? Shit. Oh, it just pisses me off. I mean, she's going to be 70, 80 years old on YouTube talking about Sean and Mandy. Still, it's like, Oh, I can't. They're living and I'm right. I mean, they seem like they have a great marriage. They're happy, right? Because you know why? They each of them individually have kind hearts. Sean, I mean, I don't know them in real life. You do, but Sean as a man has a soft heart. He does. He cares for people. I mean, you can just see it and you can hear it in how he speaks. His family is important to him, you know. Mandy, same thing. You can tell she has a kind heart. But the beast, she doesn't have a heart. She tries to fake that she has one. She tries to pretend she cares, but she doesn't give a crap about anybody but herself. Family is not important to her. I mean, she lost her family due to her streaming addiction. So, how important can your kids be? And your husband. So, the fact that Sean and Mandy found each other, it's going to work because individually they care about the same things, you know. They are. I talk with Mandy every day. Sean is busy working. They are so happy. And he has a wife that supports him, that appreciates him, that loves him, that appreciates the fact that he goes out and works, right? Doesn't take all the money and spend it to leave them with nothing. So then she can then blame him for not having any money. The line that she says that just makes me want to punch her in the face is it makes me want to. I never would. When she says, I had to stand in a food bank line in a food. Okay. Many people have to stand in food bank lines. You weren't working, bitch. You were on a one income. You had your children, but you were getting child support. So why did you have to stand in a food bank line? You were getting money. So it's Sean's fault that you had to stand in a food bank line? Sean, I probably will be. Yes. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to say for sure. Oh, I might be. I think I'm babysitting tomorrow night. I don't know what time for sure though. I'm babysitting my grandbaby. Oh, I want you guys to hear. You guys, he's laughing now. It's so cute. My daughter sent me this. Hold on a second. I gotta let you hear it. There's nothing like grandbabies. I'm telling you, it's so cute. And then my daughter got my granddaughter her first little bed. I'm like, no, she's getting too big. Okay, listen, here it is. Listen. Okay.
Pepe, do your scary run again. Pepe, go. Mama, do you know where? You scared me. Oh my goodness.
He's so cute.
Oh, you scared of me.
That's my grandbaby's. Hold on a second. That's my grandbaby's. My granddaughter screaming. Hold on. I swear I heard someone bang on the door. I guess not. Sean, she said she thinks she will be, but she's not sure. Yeah, Karen, I'm sorry, I didn't hear her. Yeah, I think I will be, but I think I'm going to be, hopeful. I told my daughter I would babysit this weekend, just because I miss spending time with my granddaughter. I've been so busy. But it depends. Like, I feel okay, I think. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Karen. Okay, you guys, do any of you, Karen, do you ever watch Shani and Rev? Oh my gosh, you guys, I might play them for you just for entertainment purposes only. I have so much to say about Shani, though. That woman, Karen, her and Trisha are two peas in a pod. They are. Shani is a perpetual victim. She blames everything on Rev. She can never admit when she's wrong. I mean, she was antagonizing him. So she's living in Rev's uncle's house with Rev. Okay. Rev said, I don't want to be with you anymore. We're done. Shani is obese. Okay. She won't leave the house, and he can't kick her out right now because she's got residency there. She gets mail there. She's been living in that house for 3 years, over 3 years. So she's antagonizing him. I think she's trying to antagonize him to get him arrested so she can be there alone. So the cops have come, but she's sitting there, you loser, you piece of shit, you choma, like pedo. She's calling him a pedo. She's calling him, just yelling all this stuff at him, you know, your little penis, just saying, you're no man, you're a boy. And I'm like, this bitch, I would be like, she's talking to me like this in my home, and he can't get her out. Mind you, when she got with him, you guys, he had just inherited $750,000. What she did, she took her 2 boys, hightailed it over to his state where he lived, showed up on his doorstep. We're here. He hasn't gotten rid of her ever since, and all of his money's gone. She was even throwing his dead mother in his face yesterday, saying, oh, I'm sure she's so proud of you, blah, blah. Oh, I wanted to jump through the screen. You know, it's like, do I like Rev? No. Rev's, what he did to her son, being domestically, you know, abusing him, that's unforgivable. But Shani allowed it. She took him back and then gave her kids up for him. So she makes me even more sick. And then she's like, oh, I've been abused for 8 years. No, bitch, you've been the abuser for 8 years. And you abused and neglected your children as well. So I'm so sick of these women on here that sit there and play the victim and oh, I've been abused. She's absolutely disgusting. I can't stand Shani. Her and Trisha are very much alike. If you go live tomorrow, do you think you'll have the radio ready? And can you do that? I'm really gonna try, Sean. I just work all the time. I've been sick, so I haven't. Sosa, come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Hey, come here. Come see Grandma. Come see Grandma. Hi, baby. See my baby? Hold on. There's my boy. Say hi. Come here. Come here. Say hello. Give him a kiss. I love you. Say hi. Look, who's that? Is that Sosa? Who's that right there? Is that Sosie? I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. All right, you guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to spend time with my baby. God, tomorrow I am taking him down to get a bath because, he's shedding like crazy. I did see your comment, honey. So anyways, can you not hear me, Sean? I'm confused. Can you not hear me responding? All right. So just come here, babe. All right, you guys, thanks for coming on. I wanted to spend a little time on here tonight. I maybe will tomorrow as well. We'll see. Good night, Karen. Have a good evening, honey. Good night, Robert. Good night, Donna. Good night, Sean. Whenever I go on StreamYard, it's weird. My videos don't get pushed out to my subscribers. It's really strange. Good night, Robert. Okay. Love you guys. Have a good night. God bless. Sweet dreams. Sleep with the angels. I'll see you very soon. Okay. Bye.